one of the subject at senior secondary level in CBSE schools in India. He is also a member of expert committee of library and information science, nominated by MHRD, New Delhi. He is member of board of studies in library information science of IGNOU, New Delhi, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Calicut University, Bangalore University, Annamalai University, Algappa University, Bharatiyar University, Bharati, Bharatidasan University, uh, Manon Manian Sundaran University, and Tamil Nadu Open University. He has served as a resource person, keynote speaker, conference director, representative general, and chairman, co-chairman, etc. in more than 50 events at national and international level. He has organized many academic events, including a 5-day course for SAARC countries. Dr. Sevukan is editor-in-chief of an international journal, SRCLibrary Journal of Library and Information Science, and member of editorial board of many peer-reviewed journals at national and international level. He has contributed more than 60 research papers to various journals and conferences, in addition to 4 books. He has produced 6 PhD degrees and adjudicated about 250 PhD theses of library information science from various universities across the country. He is a recipient of National Best Teacher Award of SRCLibrary. The academic visits to other countries made by Dr. Sevukan are South Korea, Thailand, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. So, uh, with his huge contribution, Professor Sevukan is well known among our library professionals, and definitely he will be an asset today. And today he will be delivering talk on area which is very, you can say, challenging and definitely uh, very meaningful for our library science professionals.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Shall I proceed?
Just wait a minute. So today, Dr. Sevukan will be speaking on integration of immersive technologies in e-learning platforms. I requested him to pick up this topic so that all of you can be familiar with his expertise and experience. So I think you all will be benefited. And let's follow the same decorum. You keep your mic in mute position and listen to him carefully. So with these words, let us invite Professor Sevukan to interact with our audience. Over to you, Professor Sevukan.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank
So
you.
I'll mute my video because my bandwidth is a bit low due to rain. So can I mute my video?
Yes. No issue.
If it is mandatory, I will keep it.
No issue. You can mute your video. No issue.
Okay. Yeah. Just a minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I thank sincerely our Professor Rasa. Where there is Professor Rasa, there is always growth. Because I have been associated with him for more than 20 years. When I was in IGNOU, he joined NEHU as a professor long back. Whenever I think of this LA's gateway, I always remember Dr. Rasa. Even I inform my students also. So people should be like, Professor Rasa for innovation and also creativity, which would help at large the professional community. So that is what we have been, citing some of the people in our classroom to inspire all our students. So your coordinator is one among them. I am very proud of him, and I always honored to be part of this professional.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We are obliged that you are here today. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So coming to the topic, actually, today, normally I prefer to speak on scholarly writing, and differently, I just wanted to experiment. This I have already spoken also. Since I was in IGNOU, we were actually trying very hard to make everything online, starting from this registration to certification. But due to some reasons, unknown reasons and also known reasons, we could not succeed to that extent, because way back in 2006, when we started this MLAS program through online, enrollments were okay, but when it comes to the final pass out, It was, really pathetic, I would say. And the reasons, we could not identify at that time, but thanks to this one, COVID. And after that, we have really realized the importance of online education, and also what all the problems we have as a teacher of library science, teacher of any subject, when we are actually distanced, the learners and the teachers, there was no mechanism to bridge. So the bridging was only online platforms. So when the online platforms were introduced to the teachers and the learners, to a large extent, we were not able to actually cope up with the changes that were happening during this COVID time. Keeping that in view, when I started teaching online for our own students, they were also enthusiastic initially to listen, to see a teacher on the screen, and also to listen to the audio of a teacher, and interact instantly with the teacher. They were engaged almost all the time whenever we had classes. With the time, what happened, it has become very monotonous, either for the learners or the teachers. It was very monotonous. The reason is they are actually fed up with that online classes. Somebody's mic is on. Uh, Somebody's mic is on. Could you please mute your mic? It is creating another noise. Yeah, thank you. So this one, actually, when we talk about this online learning, we all started actually learning the process of teaching through online, and also how we have to behave while conducting online classes. So when we all adopted to this open learning, again we could not succeed only because of some reasons. The reasons, the main reasons what I found was that user engagement, it has to be dynamic, and in reality it has to be, but that was missing just because of that, due to distraction. The learners started losing their interest day by day, and even teachers also were not in a position to interestingly teach the students. So then when I was looking at that gap, how it can be bridged, then this came to mind: immersive technologies which can get the users immersed with the online learning process without any distraction. So that is why, uh, preferably with reference to MOOC and SWAYAM, so which is going to be the real future for all of us. The way it is coming up and the way it is grown also is a big challenge for all the LIS professionals. The reason is, it is challenging for the LIS professionals because we all claim that we are teacher of teachers. Okay, teacher of teachers. It is really, it means a lot. It means a lot. So when we say online teaching, they need a lot of training, and the training has to be imparted either by the online learning experts, or they find the library as a common place which can train, either a library or the computer center. So computer center people, they always remain busy, and they target only the library professionals who can train all of us. And again, this NEP 2020, all of us are knowing the pressure of it. In our university also, we have already launched 29 programs, and admissions are going on, and we are going to have UG programs also as a part of our programs in our university from this year. And there, when we look at the multidisciplinary subjects that have been introduced, mostly all those subjects have to be handled by a common service center, either it is computer center or the library. That is what they have targeted. So in that case, we also have to be well versed with the technology, particularly the technologies that are used for online learning. It is going to be completely blended. So you cannot, be confined to only either offline or online. So it is going to be always blended because of the nature of subjects that we are going to offer in different courses. Again, somebody's mic is automatically on, and again, who is traveling, please mute your mic. that is disturbing other serious learners. Okay, this is what. So now we have to be in a position to understand what is actually open learning or e-learning. Then what is that Swayam platform? What all moves about, and also here in our university. Just a minute. Let me come out and see who is. Dr. Savita. Dr. Savita's mic is on. Dr. Savita, please.
Dr. Savita, mute your mic.
Please mute your mic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jadhav, for helping me out. Is it okay, visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what. And again, in our university, I was just telling you, our interviews are going on for promoting people under CAs. And as a composition of the selection committee, we always have a visitor nominee nominated by the President of India or Vice President of India, right? So that nominee, we say many things because I sit in most of the panels, particularly in sciences. When the subject experts, when they interact with them, once it is over, there's a standard question from that visitor nominee. We always ask for, what is your contribution to the society? Okay, what's the contribution to the society? So, no, sir, we have these many projects. I have filed these many patents, and then these many papers, and I have produced these many PhDs. My H index is this, my citations are these many. So forget about all that. Okay, so resources have been created in your university based on the taxpayers' money. So what are you going to do for the public? So you are doing wonders within four walls for your own stakeholders. What about the society? So he is so concerned about that. So ultimately he comes to that. Have you created any course for Swayam or MOOCs? Okay, that is the final question. Reason is, when it is created for MOOCs or Swayam, that would be made available in the common platform where anyone can learn. So that is what he wants. So resources have to be utilized, and also you have to render some outreach services which can reach the society for whom we are answerable. Okay, so that is why this is going to come in a very big way. Even our university, whoever is promoted, under one condition that when they come for next promotion, they have to have at least one MOOC course developed. So that is the importance that is given by the government of India, and also people who are sitting in the supreme positions. They insist all of us to create MOOC courses for the benefit of society at large. So that is why. So this topic is very, very important. It's not only that creation is important, and after creation, that also has to be made accessible in a meaningful way. So that is why creation is not a problem. We have platforms, and and making it accessible also is not a problem, but getting the users engaged is a big challenge, for which we have to talk about the immersive technologies, how it can be integrated with this online learning platforms, especially in MOOCs and Swayam. Okay, this is the talk. Now, when we talk about online learning scenario, why it is important? Okay, so really we have learned a lot from this COVID-19. On the one hand, it has actually completely smashed. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, it also has taught many good lessons to many people across the world. So here, when we look at the scenario of online learning during COVID-19, almost 70% of the world's total public students population were impacted. So as I said at the beginning also, the people who are actually, were learning without any disruption. So they had to be distanced because of the situation, right? Just a minute. Okay. So this was the thing. So that scenario, what it happened, they all, almost 70% of the students' population was influenced because they were all distanced. So based on online learning, only they were able to, bridge the gap. So more interestingly, Byju's, everybody knows about this. It's a very commercial, service provider for online learning, and it is a bit expensive also. Expensive, everybody cannot afford to it. But only people who can afford to it, they just supplement with this, the regular formal mode of education. So this also becomes a supplement, and many people subscribe to it. There, as I said, everybody cannot afford to it. But considering the situation, pathetic situation for the people, particularly for the learners, academic community, Byju's came forward, with the free access to it. Okay, free access. See, they wanted to provide free access to the people, just to only bridge the gap during the crisis situation. So there, they could see 200% more users, enrolled for learning through Byju's. Okay, so the thing, what we have to understand here is that people are ready to learn, they are passionate, but due to some reasons, okay, genuine reasons, they are not able to get into that. But when it was made free, so we could see doubling requirement, okay, demand from the people. Similarly, remote access services, the moment the learners were distanced, all the libraries were asked to provide services through remote. So remote access, how many of us knew about remote access before COVID? Hardly. Only a few libraries that, all well-reputed libraries like IITs, IIMs and all. But, because of the situation, all the library professionals had to learn how to provide remote login services. And also they had to create contents, and also they had to cull contents from different open access resources to make it available for the users through remote access. So that was also happening. And now it is, everybody knows that we can provide services through remote. And again, further, surprisingly, we also witnessed that many commercial publishers, they were also using their access, partially. Some of their contents were made accessible for the academic community for free. So that was also another thing. Okay, then since many people, particularly in rural areas, were not able to cope up with the learning process continuously, so they had to think of, like storytelling or any other activities for academic learning. So they, came out with, organizing webinars. So that also series of webinars we see almost every day for a particular subject. You will find at least 10 to 50 events in a day. So what is to be, attended and what is not to be attended. So that has to be decided by the users. And above all, all of us know that, all cross sections of the society have started learning online. The reason is actually when the classes started, that during COVID time, online classes particularly, parents were learning more than what the students were learning. The reason is they would always sit with the students, okay, with their children, okay, all the time, just to see how the teacher teaches, what subject is taught, and how our child is attending to the classes, whether he or she is attentive or not, and to what extent he is able to cope up. So all those, whether she is, disciplined, everything, they had to just observe how the child was performing in online education. But by that process, what happened? They also have started learning. Okay, they are all, whether they are educated or housewives or officers, any category, but they also started learning. Now, this online education has prompted everyone in the society to learn for their own. Okay, whether it is for entertainment, for academic purpose, or any purpose. But people have, created the passion to learn something new, and that too preferably through online. So this is the scenario, online learning scenario. For that, we cannot always think that users would always come to the library physically to make use of all our resources. Okay, we also try very hard to make all our resources available in the library optimally utilized by the stakeholders. Still, we are not able to reach the expected level of the performance or the utility by the stakeholders. So that is why we also have to be equally responsible to learn how to provide online education to the users and how to support online teaching in an organization. So that is, we have to give due importance to online education now, because it is going to be forever from now. Okay, we cannot say that it is going to be only offline mode or purely online. It is going to be always blended because of the features given in NEP 2020, multiple entry and exit options. Even a person, if he or she leaves, they can also have classes, through online. So that kind of services have to be provided by the education institutions, and we are part of that institution, and we also have to be prepared for meeting this challenge. How to support the teaching learning community in an organization. Then automatically, what we claim teacher of teachers, we can always control all the teachers in an organization and the students as well, right? So this one. And coming to this open learning platforms, particularly with reference to MOOC, everybody knows that it has completely changed the way the world learns. So a typical MOOC includes a course provider. It may be an organization or university or institute, and a course platform where we all host our created learning contents for the people. So the course platform here refers to the technological or technical infrastructure for the learners, and the pioneers in online learning, like Coursera, edX, Udacity, Udemy, or UN Academy, Swayam, etc., or popular ones which are helping the society to a large extent for their self-learning or supplement learning, we can say. Okay, this is what. So when you say the growth of MOOC in India, particularly after COVID-19, so there is an increase of 170% by 2022, and distance learning 42%. Okay, so the enrollment has also increased, and most of the people, even in any organization, be it engineering or medical or arts or science, so they also prefer, because of the convenience of learning in online platforms like Swayam. So they have started, registering courses in online, and considering that Swayam is becoming a very big platform now for anybody who wants to learn. So here the full form Swayam, if you see, study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. And this is very big supplement for the academic community, be it teachers or students of any stream. So this is helping a lot. So this was actually started in the year 2017, and it is actually the main purpose of motto of this particular project of this one, Ministry of Education, is creating access, equity, and quality. Okay, so this, as we all know, that this is going to be the future, and it is growing more and more by creating a lot of contents. And also Government of India also promotes a lot by giving a lot of incentives to the content creators, particularly for MOOCs and Swayam. Okay, and again, the main feature of this, as I was telling you, that in India, many students can even get credit transfers. So like we talk about ABC, Academic Bank of Credits. So every student, our university has an account. A reason is they may opt for any course according to their choice from Swayam. Once they successfully complete, those credits have to be integrated with the formal credits what they are getting through formal education in an organization, like for example Pondicherry University. So every student has to have that. So that is what, since they are insisting more and more to promote the online education for the learners, ultimate aim of this online platforms is to reach the unreached. So people who are in the sophisticated organizations, so they don't have any issues. We have to think about the other big mosques which are not having access to the contents which are used by the people in the urban areas. So here the main purpose of creating this content is there should not be any partiality or disparity among the people who are learning, who have the patience to learn. So that is why this platform is coming up in a very big way. So that the credit transfer also is one of the inspiring parameters for the students to opt for the courses in Swayam. So when you say MOOC, massive open online course, massive refers to the large number of learners. Open, it is either material or anything, entertainment, it should be completely Then online, it should be fully online. Okay, so this is what's called MOOC. And again, if you just look at the historical overview of MOOC, who created it, was first created by MIT, USA in the year 2001. So immediately, thanks to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajasekhar Pillai. So after seeing the situation, immediately, in the year 2006, he said, the for IGNO, where I worked for about 6 years, that was the major source of income, selling our material to the people who were in need of. And it was a separate division, marketing division, which was, gaining like anything, a source of income for the organization. But the moment he joined, he said that after, seeing that this courseware of MIT, the MOOC courses, he said, this is also created by taxpayers' money. We have to make everything open. Whatever is created by IGNO has to be made available online for the public. So A to Z, whatever we had, all the courses, all the course material, what the videos that were developed, this EduSat classes, anything that was converted into video forms. So everything was made available online for free, okay, free access. The moment it was made available online completely, we even received comments from people like, this experts from MIT. They made a comment. One professor made a comment, because I was also part of the team at that time when this was made open, this eGyan Kosh. They said, one professor commented that we should be as open as IGNO, okay, in the world. So IGNO is the first one, which made everything online without any restriction. So we have to all, remember, we have to be really grateful to that organization. By looking at other countries' development, we also have made it, open on par with the other countries. So this, as I have already told you, that massive, refers to these different numbers. Now coming to this SWIME, if you just look at the profile of SWIME, as of now, it contains more than 3,000 courses with, close to 4 crore enrollments, and they spent about, 500 crores. Fine, it's not a small amount. From 21 to 25, still it is in process. They are insisting every nodal coordinators, to create as many subjects as possible, the contents. And again, looking at the enrollments and also the response from the academic community for this SWIME, even the government of India has issued an order to permit 40% of the total credits of a particular program can be had from the SWIME courses. So that is encouragement given by the government of India to promote online learning, to reach the unreached. So if you just to see the honorarium, or we can say, the amount paid to the content creators, okay, budget for MOOC development. If you, as a content creator, if you develop a full course, full module, 100%, if you develop with the 4-quadrant approach, I will tell you what is that 4-quadrant approach. 12 lakhs, they pay per course, 12 lakhs. And again, any content that is created by any experts in any discipline is subject to peer review. So that the created course would be given to an expert for review the content, whether it is, it can meet the requirements of, all categories of learners or not. So then content density of the content, a level of content, for its complexity, everything is, measured based on some parameters. For review, per subject, they pay 1.5 lakhs. Okay. And again, incentives for new courses, which is, having 2,000 to 5,000 enrollments. If I just develop a course and I offer it from this year, if I am able to get enrollments from 2,000 to 5,000 enrollments, I get, 50,000 rupees. So when it exceeds 5,000, 1 lakh incentive is given to the course creators. Okay, that is how they promote. And again, the content that is created in English, if you feel that, some courses which are in English may not be possible or compatible for the learners from the rural areas, maybe for example from Kerala or Tamil Nadu or Andhra. So that can be, translated into that vernacular language, in Tamil, Malayalam, or Telugu. Okay. So for translation of such courses, this content creator for translation they get about 1.7 lakh per language. And once you create the content, and some people have already created the content, you feel that no, this particular subject needs some updation or upgradation. It has to be edited and the content has to be updated. For repurposing or upgradation, they pay 50% of the amount given for the new course developed. Okay, 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs per course. So it is, honorarium is very handsome. Only thing we have to come out with some innovative courses which can benefit and the society at large. For example, if you just take our school, we have a course, developed by our own faculty from media department on photojournalism. Photojournalism, see, gets thousands and thousands of, learners. And, pass out ratio also is excellent because every time she is monitoring all her, logs, web logs. And it is always, increasing like anything. The reason is there is a heavy demand for that. Even where I am staying, there is one person, US return. He is from Punjab and is staying in our own gated community. And that guy, he is 67 plus, 7 plus. So after learning this particular course, he was so much inspired, and he said that that course of Dr. Ratika from your own school is excellent. Photojournalism, I learned thoroughly the way she has delivered the content quality, the slides, visuals, whatever she shows, excellent. And 100%, I can handle any kind of, photojournalism now. So that is the reward what you get. So considering that, because that person who is returned from USA, a great academician, he doesn't have to learn anything. Still, he has a passion to learn, but his dream also has to be fulfilled. For that only, this government of India and all academicians like us are, working very hard to create meaningful content which can influence the society at large. Then only that optimal utilization of the resources as a concept of, library service can be achieved. So we are also part of the stakeholders who are providing online learning. Okay, this is what. Now, those who are interested, can always look at the SWAYAM website. They give the schedule for, higher education courses, either for enrollment or submitting proposals also. You can do that, and everything is available in SWAYAM platform. So this is the platform where you find SWAYAM, and you can get all this course catalog, everything. Because we as library science professionals, we cannot say that I will be working only in the library for the stakeholders who are visiting the library. So that gone are the days. Now we cannot, stick to only the library services. We have to go beyond that, like outreach services or extension activity to help or to support the teaching learning community in any organization. Okay, so that is why. So we also have to start learning, like, courses on cybercrime or intellectual property rights. So for everything we have courses. If you just look at the course catalog, you will find all the courses. I was telling you that more than 3,000 courses have been made available in this particular platform. So this, from here you can search the course according to your choice, and you can even sign in and register for any course. So national coordinators in India for who have been authorized to create contents are the 7, like UGC, NPTEL, CEC, which is very popular. Even our professor also might have contributed a lot to CEC and IGNO. I also have done about 15 to 20 videos for library science course. It is available in SWAYAM. And CBC, NCERT, and NI, National Institute of Open Schooling, IIM Bangalore, NITTR Chennai. So these 7 are the agencies, are the coordinators who are actually collecting, identifying the experts, and also receiving proposals for content creation, and they are getting it approved, and they also give the permissions to the creators to create the content. So as I was telling you, 4-quadrant approach, it is just slightly revised. So e-tutorial, e-content, when we create, as I said, I will come to that immersive technologies after some time. Okay, the reason I have to tell you why it is required. So here, when we create online content, they can't see the learners. So that was the limitation with the online learning or distance learning. Okay, distance learning. When they read that material, for example, IGNOU material, any chapter, maybe on AACR 2 or Mark 21, when you read a particular chapter, so you should feel like you are interacting with the teacher. Though the teacher is not accessible to you, to the learner, they should feel that it is, we are just interacting with this teacher. So that should be the spirit or the interest to what they develop while learning or reading and learning any material. So in that case, we have to have 4 different components in creating material. One is not merely the e-text. E-text cannot help. So we also have to create contents in the form of e-tutorials, e-content, and also we have to provide make a provision for self-assessment. And once that is created, we have to create a platform where the similar group of learners, like SIG group, we talk about special interest group. So they can form their own group for a particular course, and also they can just share their success and failure stories through the forum. So these should be the thing to be provided in the online platform, where the learners would be completely engaged in real time. So this is what is required. So when it comes to e-text, while creating, there are some parameters that we have to adopt while creating contents, at least. So if you are able to learn the concept of creating e-content, because this also has become one of the core areas for library science professionals, content development. We have to learn how it is to be done. So when the teachers approach you in any organization, so you should be in a position to guide them. Okay, guide them like we always guide the teachers how to write scholarly publications. So in that way, we also have to be well versed with the e-content development, how it has to be created. So here, while creating any module, at least 8 pages or minimum 3,000 words per module. Module means one chapter. Okay. So you also have to introduce self-check exercises. Once the learner learns a concept in a particular section, immediately after completing that section, they should be able to test themselves to what extent they have learned. So self-check exercises have to be provided along with the answers provided at the end of the chapter, end of the module every time, because they will immediately after reading the content, they will attempt to give answers. They will give their answers also in the space provided just below the section. So they will be able to cross-verify the answer provided by them with the answers provided by the course writer. Okay, at the end. So then they are able to assess themselves to what extent they have learned. Then examples, applications from day-to-day life if possible. Then illustrations, like when we talk about RFID technology, theoretically, even if I talk for 3 days, you may not be able to understand anything, right? So if you just come out with RFID tag with of different types with images, so definitely anybody can easily make out that creates better understanding among the learners to understand in a better way and an easy way to learn as early as possible. It becomes easier for the slow learners and also the quick learners. So then appropriate URLs wherever required, and if you are not able to, because since there is a word limit, you cannot provide everything as a full text. So wherever it is required, you have to create hyperlink within the text and provide URLs for the documents, which would give further information on something. And again, latest developments and trends in a particular module that you create, because that would help the content creators in future. When this content was created, what was the scenario at the time when it was created? So that needs upgradation if it is required. Then that can be easily developed by any course content writer in future who is specialized in that particular area. And finally, we have to also sum up any module that is created. It has to be summed up at the end. So this is the way how we have to create, e-content in the first quadrant as e-text. Then self-learning, because everybody cannot understand when I use a particular word, maybe a jargon. and all 40 students who are sitting in my class may not be able to understand. Okay, so to supplement and to make equal learning by every stakeholder as a part of the institution, so we also have to supplement with the audio video material in the form of multimedia, animation, documentary, simulation, virtual lab and all. Simulation and all, we virtual lab and all we talk about. And the only thing that is only off the way through, but it is not in full swing. Okay, in India we can say. That is why I have come up with this topic, immersive technologies, which talk about all the technologies. The duration should be not more than 30 minutes per module, and the expert may appear while presenting the content. More than one-fourth of the time, the speaker should be visible on the screen. Okay, the expert may appear not less than 25% of the time. That means your content has to be less. The way you talk, way you present has to be more. Again, to the point. You cannot simply talk, whatever you know. It has to be, very crisp and clear while talking. And they should, within 30 minutes, they should be able to learn as much as possible. Okay, that should be the way you have to create the content. And again, the expert writer or the writer should look straight into the lens and talk to the camera always. Because before COVID, I used to get a comment from so many people wherever I would visit. They would say, "Sir, I have seen you on TV." Okay, that all IGNO videos, whatever the classes we had, they converted into videos, and that would be telecast through this Gyan Darshan. Okay, Gyan Darshan channel. So in that, people watch, and wherever we go, and it was a good reward for all of us. Now everybody is seen on the screen. Those days it was rare. Now everybody sees, because recently I coordinated one program on e-content development, where we had about 34 participants across the country. And we also, since we have one studio for recording, all of them were given an assignment that you all have to record for 5 minutes, and as part of your course in the form of a project. Okay, they all went. But no, surprisingly, I could not see any flaw in any of the participants, because they were all teaching. The reason is this COVID has taught us how to make these online classes effective. So they were all able to do that. Only thing, they had some problems in facing the camera and how to talk and where all the body movement. So those had to be bit corrected. We gave our comments. Still, they were all teachers. They have already handled online classes. Still, they were not able to behave properly in the studio at the time of recording. So there we have to learn the strategies, and we have to impart the strategies to our stakeholders, particularly the teaching community, how to talk in front of camera. Then format is always image formats in PAC, and the PPT as per standards. So while creating a PPT, because I'm using this, there's a reason for this particular thing. Blue background with yellow text. So that is the prescribed standard internationally to have your PPT, because this is the most attractive color. Okay, blue background with yellow text, and which becomes legible to the audience. So when we say PPT standards like multimedia and other things, avoid using long blocks of text. You have to have only bullet points. I'll tell you about that. Use preferably bulleted points and graphics and images wherever it is required appropriate, not in all slides. Now I'll tell you. So this is from our side, from library science. It is not e-content development. So while creating, we need to while preparing PPT, even for your classroom or your orientation programs in the libraries. So you have to understand this concept. Okay, BSc concept. So BSc means big. B means big. Big means what? You have to consider every respondent, every learner in mind while creating your PPT. So 28 is the minimum font size suggested, preferably 36. So when you use this size of the font, and again it has to look very simple. Simple. Okay, CS refers to simple. Simple means what? In a particular slide, one slide, not more than 6 lines. Not more than 6 lines. That means not more than 6 bullets in one slide. So every bullet should not exceed 7 words. So this is the international standard that we have to follow for making it more effective and legible to the audience, learners. And again, clear. The C refers to clear. Clear means what? That font style that we use. The most readable font in the world is either Arial or Helvetica. So initially, we had only Arial. Then Helvetica also just was replaced with that. So these, interchangeably, you can use that either Arial or Helvetica. And always while preparing PPT, you have to use the background blue with yellow text. Because you can also experience now, it would be very clear from reading from any distance. You can easily make out that what this particular slide contains. If you just look at this font size is 36, and here also heading, I have not done that. In IGNOU, when we give our slides, they will take half an hour to modify our slides. Okay, this heading, what they will do, they will stretch as much as possible. Okay, they will keep on increase the font so that it has to come in one line title always. So then they make us big as possible to make it very clear and legible to the audience. So this is the way how we have to create while creating e-content. While creating PPT, we have to keep all these things in mind. Okay, this is what. Then another rule, while preparing 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30 rule, particularly when we go for conferences, I think Professor Asa will know much better than me. Whenever we are given an opportunity to chair a session, really, it's a very pathetic situation. So every presenter will be given only 2 minutes. Okay, there will be hardly 3 presenters, but on the stage you will find 5 people who are sitting in the panel. Okay, that chair, co-chair, rapporteur, co-rapporteur, and one technical assistant. Okay, and the 5 people would be sitting there for 3 presenters. Again, they may not be given enough time. They will be given only 2 minutes or 3 minutes. When they come and my topic is this, I am so and so, my co-author is this, and my introduction. No, there is no time. Go to this an objectives. Okay, they will say this chairman of the session. When he starts reading, to ascertain, to assess, to evaluate, then they will say, no, I sorry, time out, and go to the conclusion directly. Simply he will say, I am so and so, thank you. That's our paper presentation. So when you are given that kind of short time, you have to plan properly. Okay, whether it is 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, preparation is very, very important. It is not that you will go with 100 slides for 10 minutes. It's not like that. There is a standard. You should have only 10 slides to speak for 20 minutes. Okay, every slide is only 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, so for 20 minutes, you have to prepare 10 slides. 10 slides, the font size should be not less than 30. Okay, the previous rule you can correlate with that. So not less than 30 font size. So automatically you will be able to talk within the stipulated time. Okay, allotted time. Effectively you can do that. So that is why creating e-content is not that easy. So even talking to the camera also within the stipulated time is not that easy. We have to plan, prepare, practice, then you go for presentation. So that is the way how we have to improve. We also can become bigger. Every speaker is not born, so they are trained. Okay, so that is why I always tell you that being the teacher of teachers, we also have to learn all these strategies to educate our stakeholders. Okay, so this is the what thing you have to understand. Then when it comes to quadrant 3, we have to also provide supplement material. What I prepare for one particular chapter may not be, exhaustive. It may not be comprehensive, and it may not be sufficient also. So it is, for the slow learners, it's fine. For the quick learners, once they learn from my content, they may seek some more, relevant information. In such a case, they should not, search for any other source from, any other platforms. We have to provide along with our own content, like e-books, e-journals, e-articles, many other things. So whatever is possible, we have to provide that. and links to websites giving additional readings, blogs, open source content, etc., and also to the glossary of different subjects. Okay, that also can be given. That is part of 3. So in part 3, we are all very, well versed with this, open access resources like Job, direct open access books. Whatever is possible for any subject, we can just identify the documents from this particular repository, and it can be, provided as supplementary material to any subject. Okay, this job can be done by the librarians, and a person from chemistry may not know about this. So in this case, we have to understand the need of the content creator and provide the supplement material based on the subject expertise. Okay, this is what. Similarly, open door, direct open access repositories. So this is also available plentifully now. So we have to provide links to that also. What I speak, you may not understand. When somebody else speaks on the same topic instead of me, you may understand better. So both the contents have to be made accessible to the learners. So they will have their choices. Okay. So they may not like me and they like somebody else's talk on the same topic. So they should have the preference, and choices should be provided by the content creators. So then those, open access journals, we have the repository, but try to give only genuine journals, not always the predatory. It indexes, most of the predatory journals also. Now they are slowly, gradually filtering the open access, this one, what is that, predatory journals. And this also can be given as a part of the content. Then Vitaka is also a digital library for us. E-thesis also can be supplemented, particularly for the research scholars and the PG students who are doing dissertations. For them, it would be helpful from these sources. And again, NDLI, National Digital Library of India, is also a very big repository for all of us. It's a boon to all the academic community. Whatever they have created is very useful to our academic community. So only thing we have to promote this by creating their own account and maintain their personal digital library as long as they do a course, maybe for 3 years or 5 years. So they can, maintain their own personal digital library, having their own collections. Okay. So instead of going to the library every time and to the bookstall and wherever they want, so this is a single platform where we can get, resources plenty available for any subject. Okay, but it is the duty of the library professionals who have to, educate or sensitize all our stakeholders, for better productivity and greater impact. And again, when it comes to quadrant 4, it is, as I said, self-assessment. For each module, we need to have minimum 10 to 15 questions in the form of MCQs with answers, and also true or false statements. Okay, and normally even passage descriptive questions also are given at times, but it depends upon the density of the content and the level of learners. And mostly this will be easier for them to understand, and also for creators also. It is not that easy because creating questions, multiple choice questions, it has to be made in such a way that it should be very confusing for the learners. So like then only they will read the content again and again, and they will enrich their knowledge and the conceptual clarity in a particular subject. So this is what is required. So coming to this one, when you create content in this one, for any platform, you have to understand how it looks like. Okay, so if you just look at this IGNO program, DLISc, they have this online program. It is completely available online. So when you see the course structure for each subject, they have made like this, library, information and society. When you click on this particular subject, it will come out with some course layout, like modules, different modules, and also week-wise schedule of every week. Okay, from day 1 to 7 on a particular week, what all you will have to read in the form of text, and also the videos, and again activities that you have to do. All that would be done. So when you take week 1, unit 1, you have to study. Week 2, unit 2, week 3, unit 4, like that. Okay, so it is divided like that. So once you go through your textual document based on your understanding, if you are not able to understand completely, you can attend, you can watch These video lectures are also related to the content which has been provided in the form of text. Then based on that, you can also attempt your quiz. Okay, quiz provided at the end of the module every time. Okay, every week you can do that. So this is how it is done at our own pace. We can learn. At times it is not that within a week you have to complete. If you cope up, that is well and good. Otherwise, you can go at your own pace to learn yourself. Okay, this is what. And now we have to really talk about the immersive technologies, why it is required. Now we talk about online teaching, learning. But what I feel, because we all have started learning based on my experience, just last week from the teachers who were all, they starting from multidisciplinary assistant professors to associate professors. So they were all there as participants. Okay. And when they were given assignment to just create one video, online video in our own studio, they were able to deliver, but not up to the expectations. Okay, expectations. So that is why I always say that when the learners and the teachers were distanced, we just started with a mode of learning. We say that it is online teaching, but I would say it is not online teaching exactly. It's not purely online. It is emergency remote teaching. So we are in a place, learners are in some other place. So there is an emergency situation. So we have to teach from the remote. So this is emergency remote teaching. So what is that? No, I have to cover my syllabus. Okay, whether they have learned something from my teaching or not, that hardly matters. Only thing, one way. Okay, monotonous. So that is why ERT. So online, when you say online teaching, it has to be purely online. When you say purely online, the learners have to be engaged dynamically. Okay, dynamically means in real time, live, you have to get the learners engaged. And enhanced learning experiences, that is also another one. And the cultivation of curiosity is very, very important, because many teachers those days now compulsory people who are in schools, teachers particularly, they have to work for bread and butter, and they cannot say no with any challenge. They will do that. But people who are working in higher education organizations like universities and colleges, and they may say that I'm not comfortable with that. I'm happy with chalk and talk, or with this LCD teaching, all that they may say. So that we have to develop interest in people, either to learn or teach, and less distraction. So while watching, also while listening to a class, suddenly something will pop up. So then what the children do, they simply click on that, they are taken to somewhere else. Class will be going on the one side, on the other side they'll be doing something else. So they are completely distracted. Teacher will be teaching and the learner will be watching something else. So that is not the active learning and engaging the users. The users are engaged in some other thing. So distraction is the major source of reason for not a successful class having online. Okay, distraction. And again, pass out ratio in online learning, be it SWAYAM or NPTEL or any platform. So pass out ratio also we have to look at. So these are the challenges. The person who joins today, maybe 100 people will join today, but at the end of the day, only 2 people may pass out. So that is not a successful model of providing online education to the stakeholders of the society of any country. Okay, this one. So if you just, when I was just looking at NPTEL with the data available in 2019 to 2022, 65% of the students who enrolled leave within a week. Okay, the remaining another 65% of students leave between second week and the registration. Then 88% students leave between enrollment and the registration. 15% of the students register, but they never come. Okay, they do not appear at all. And ultimately, 8% of the people who joined only pass out. This is the status of NPTEL. Okay, NPTEL. And this is really alarming. The amount of money spent on creating content and paying to the experts, it comes to around 500 crores, as I told you. But is it fruitfully utilized by the society? No. So 8% of pass out is not a good number. So it is really alarming. For that, we have to think about getting the users, cultivating the curiosity in users, and also less distraction, and increasing the pass out ratio are the challenges, for which what we have to do. So that is what is called immersive technology. So we have different layers in any online learning platform, but getting the users engaged, that is totally missing in any of the platforms in the world. Okay, here that immersive technology plays a major role. So immersive technology means when you start learning or reading a content or watching a video related to that particular content, your ears and eyes would be completely engaged with the content. So you get immersed with the learning source where you are. Okay, so here what happens, this augmented reality or virtual reality comes into picture. So recently also, as I told you already, 2 weeks ago we had a program here, and we had one expert from NITTR Chennai, and he is talking about, sir, whatever we talk through online is fine, and the government of India also is insisting we keep on creating courses. So now we are working on a 360-degree viewing, okay, viewing photography and viewing. So then I said, no, and then immediately my question was, have you integrated that 360-degree technology into your MOOC course? No, sir, we are working very hard for that. So I don't know how to do that. Okay, this is solution to that. So here what happens, it creates a virtual world or enhancing the physical environment. Users frequently wear headsets over their eyes and ears. As I told you, eyes and ears have to be properly closed and watched. Then you get immersed with the content. So now immersive technology will revolutionize. 1 minute. Okay, everything from theme parks to daily life. Okay, so here whatever may be the technology, but they would be completely into the learning platform without any distraction. For that we need to do that. So here when we talk about immersive technologies, what all the technologies that are integrated with that. So one is virtual reality. So here we all know that it uses a head mounted display with the 2 monitors, one for each eye, to totally replace the user's surroundings with a digital environment. And a motion sensor is also included in the HMD. Okay, so this is what happens, head-mounted display, right? So what happens when you have that, it will not allow you to get distracted apart from the content. Okay, you have to look at only that. So this has been used to train employees in a variety of ways. Particularly military training is one application where it is utilized to realistically recreate dangerous conditions without placing people in danger. Okay, so this is how we have to train the users. Like for example, now that 3D view of your own house. House is not yet, you have not even started constructing, but you can completely visualize the house, how it is going to look like once it comes out. So there, they apply this virtual reality technology, which has to be also integrated with this one. Then comes, AR, augmented reality. So this is, what happens. This is the one that allows a user to have real-time interaction or real-time, engagement with the contents and the speakers and also the learners. Okay, in an immersive manner, we can do that. So when we talk, simply, for example, this snapshot, my daughter was she was working on that day using filter functions. So she, she captured her photograph, then she completely changed her into a boy. Okay, I could not make out because I know her features, her physical features. So based on that, what happened when I was looking at that, I could not make out. So that when that kind of things are given to the learners, so they also get engaged with the techniques which are directly related to the content, which is actually a kind of force or imposing the learners to learn a particular content. So augmented reality also is integrated with that. Then mixed reality, which has the combination of augmented reality and virtual reality. So if this uses computer vision technology to properly place digital components in the user's environment, while simultaneously giving the user a sense of presence similar to VR systems. Okay, here ultimately we talk about the involvement of the readers while reading that without any distraction. So extended reality is also another one combination of all the three when we talk about 360-degree video. So from any angle you can just look at. Okay, so when we say how the RFID works, when you give that, at a different angles you have to give for any person who even doesn't know the technology will be able to understand thoroughly how it functions. Okay, so like that, for many things, particularly in the areas like storytelling, guided tours, observations, exploration of physical spaces, and these experiments which are used in the laboratories, particularly the virtual labs. So all that we need this one, particularly this immersive technology, which comprises all. So how to augment this technology as a layer into SWIME? Okay, that is what we have to see. So this, when you say conventional online learning, we have to create a video lecture and upload them to online platforms. So that as far as the creation is concerned, there ends the matter. But technically, we have to stimulate the learning experience among the learners to get them engaged to complete that too. Dynamically, they have to be in this one. So now the appropriate integration of technology in all levels of education is a silent feature, because this NEP 2020 emphasizes more on e-learning and also skill-based courses which can be learned from any source, okay, any source, but that has to be considered when it comes for assessment. So here, unless you have the a technology which can get the users engaged with the contents, that will lead to something else. So that is why the importance of virtual reality, augmented reality, mixture, and also this extended reality are felt nowadays. And this has to be completely, this is totally missing in this one. What is that, SWIME platform? And this has to be integrated with that. Again, there are challenges with that. So the augmenting technology layer into SWIME, it is actually, by adding digital elements and blending the real and the virtual world with wearable technology such as headsets and glasses, etc., to deliver the whatever that we had. Okay, the limitations or the challenges can be overcome by augmenting this particular technology into the SWIME platform. Now, what are the gadgets or the devices which are used? Google Cardboard, VR glass, virtual reality glass, or virtual reality box. Now, the thing is, whether everybody who learns will be able to afford to it. So this is, not that expensive, but not everybody can afford. But some governments in particular at the state level, like I will show you some examples which have happened in Tamil Nadu also, to introduce this immersive technologies at a school level to inspire the school children. Okay, they have done that. So Oculus Quest, these are the devices which are used for, having main focus on the content without any distraction. So the application areas, it includes everything, including education, gaming sector, art, online shopping, manufacturing, retail, and many more. So when it comes to education, the immersive technology has benefited education considerably since it engages all of a person's senses. Okay, so particularly ears and eyes that see, and ears that hear, can distract any person while doing anything, not only that learning, but while doing anything. Okay, so this one is used in education mostly in foreign countries. I'll show you some examples also. But here, since the SWIME is given much importance by Government of India, spending a lot of money, and many, it has to reach the unreached as an ultimate aim, and that has to be properly rendered by providing proper technology to that. So the potential users of immersive technology in SWIME, a use case, if you just look at the history of Indian Buddhism. So here, when you have that video, so simply watching video will not help in any way, but they will be distracted. So when you apply this technology into that, okay, so this immersive technology, definitely they can have their own experience as if they are watching that particular place, whether it is monuments or heritages, anything of that sort. So when they go there, they will have the real feeling of watching a particular place or visiting one place. That kind of effect has to be there. Okay. So then, as I was telling you, Tamil Nadu, some developments have happened. Like this, there is a thing also. This metaverse, Web 3.0, and other technologies to aid Tamil Nadu's economy by 2030 by increasing $1 trillion. Okay, so we have already implemented in some schools. So this is the one Tamil Nadu gets its first virtual reality lab for education through Meta Kalvi. That's a scheme that has been introduced in this government schools in Tamil Nadu through Metaverse. Okay, so there you also have this technology integrated now, and let's learn in 360 at any time, with great involvement in learning. Now, the conceptual framework for incorporating immersive technology and so on that we have to understand. Identification of goals and objectives, why it is required, who are all the people who are going to make use of that, and what is the level of audience. So what should be the complexity of the content? Everything has to be properly done. Then assessment of technology infrastructure, what we have and what can be provided, and develop a plan for implementation. Test and evaluate. Pilot study has to be done. Then roll out and support. Finally, you have to do that. So this is how you have to see if there are based on the feedback through test and evaluate when you conduct pilot study with the beta users. So when they give some feedback, that also has to be properly upgraded with changes. So this is how we have to think of conceptually to integrate this technology into this one. Interesting. Then key issues to be considered while doing that: a lack of trained personnel, because the reason for telling that we are all as facilitators in any organization, that teaching and learning through online is going to be forever, as I have been reiterating. So the key issues to be considered is lack of trained personnel. So though we have we are very good at creation of content, making it accessible, but when it comes to execution or implementation, we have miserably failed. Okay, you can just take any project. The reason is we don't get users engaged, involved in that. So for that, the training is very much required. Either for as far as the e-learning is concerned, all the content creators have to be trained with how we have to create, what are the parameters to be kept in mind, and while content delivery in the form of video, there also we have to train the people how they have to sit, how they have to face the camera, how they have to prepare the PPT, and how they have to plan their time, prepare. All those things have to be properly trained. On the other hand, we are in the middle. We are like sandwich. We have teachers and the learners. We are in between. We have to support both of them. The learners also, they also have to be trained in many ways, like how you have to be disciplined in front of camera when the teacher teaches, and how you have to interact with him or with her. Okay, then what all you have whenever you have doubt, how you have to interact with the learner, and what are the devices that you have to use. All that have to be properly trained. And the learners with the cognitive and physical disabilities, that also cognitive skills may differ in individuals, and the physical disabilities, for such people also we have to think of having this. Then additionally, technical infrastructure and connectivity is more important to make all these gadgets used, and the cost and affordability of wearable equipment. So these four are the issues. But again, if you just look at the initiatives of government, they one individual may not be able to offer, but a state or a particular district, either politicians or elite people who are there can at least sponsor to some schools. Like it has happened in Tamil Nadu. In many states also, many people can do that only to enhance the learning ability of children who are in the rural areas, particularly belonging to schools. Okay, so that one. So the government's initiatives, if you just look at facilitating collaboration and the conversation among the stakeholders, like technograds, startups, policymakers, and many academicians, researchers, including librarians. Okay, here academicians include librarians also. So the consortium for AR/VR engineering, it has already been initiated. It is already functioning. and supporting incubation labs in institutions, and promotion, encouraging startups. Okay, so by giving seed money and other things, we have to encourage people to do that. So if you just look at this one, MEIT, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, so they all have started, okay, the implementing all these technologies, including this immersive, but they have to think of implementing this also. Similarly, CAVE, Consortium for Augmented and Virtual Reality Engineering, CAVE. It is the project that was experienced in IIT Madras community for experiential technology and for effective learning. So they have just introduced this one. And then if you want to really learn, because as a librarians, we also have to understand what is that. This university, Fresno Pacific University offers a course, teaching with immersive technology, for $320. Okay, so this, you can download the syllabus in the PDF form. You can also enroll. You can sign in and join this course for our self-learning. And also you may find some courses from Coursera also. I have not explored, but you may try, because but this course is available for on payment. You can do this course to learn about how to integrate this one, immersive technology, in teaching learning process. Okay, so this one. Similarly, this one, UNSW Sydney, this also does, Master of Simulation and Immersive Technology. There is a separate course on that. So you can also register. It is purely online. You can do that. So finally, when we sum up, active learner engagement can be achieved with the immersive technology, definitely, because as I have already told you, SWIME is going to be the future. When the SWIME is going to be the future, we also would be a part of the key players. So we have to play the key role in bridging the teachers and the learners through the technology. So unless we learn the technology, particularly these immersive technologies, how to use that wearable equipment, by using that, what would happen and how it gets you immersed with the contents that you learn. So all that we have to do that. So active learner engagement is the ultimate aim of integrating this technology. But on the one hand, up to SWIME courses availability and accessibility, enrollment, everything is fine. But when it comes to actual learning, the pass out percentage is only 8%, 8%, which is alarming, as I have already told you. And that has to be enhanced. So for that, we have to integrate this technology, which can help the learners engaged without having a distraction, for effective learning. And also when they learn effectively, they can also perform well. While performing, definitely their productivity increases. By increasing the productivity, the nation's development also can be achieved. So with this, I just conclude my presentation. These are the useful links that you can make use of for learning more about immersive technology. This is a simple thing. We are almost like the semi-IT professionals. We have to try to explore as many new technologies as possible, keeping in view our stakeholders in mind, to get them engaged, or whether it is teacher or the student or researcher. So we have to take playing the key role in bridging and the gap between these three stakeholders. Okay, so with this, I conclude my presentation. We have another 7 minutes for discussion. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Dear friends, I have finished my presentation. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
If you have any questions, I will be happy to
Thank
answer.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
So we have learned
Good morning, sir.
how.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello. Good morning. We have
Yeah. Good
learned
morning.
things about emerging technologies that we can incorporate in our MOOC or e-learning platform. But surely we have to try. We have to use the practical things. Then only we can ask you something. Can we ask you later on when we are practicing this?
Sorry, your audio is not very clear, ma. Dr. Jayashree.
Yes, sir. I am saying that when we do it practically, can we ask you that time?
Yeah, you can ask me. I'm also learning because this has to be integrated. I am planning to give this as a topic of research for one of my scholars.
Yes,
You
sir.
can contact me, no problem.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, I have one doubt.
yeah.
The thing is, can you please explain about the difference between augmented and virtual reality with the examples, sir?
With the examples, okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, yeah, I'll tell you. This virtual reality, VR, it is very common. This has already been integrated, okay? Particularly this virtual labs. For example, if a chemistry student has to do an experiment in the laboratory, the video is created and it is completely, while creating, they apply this 360-degree video, okay? So what it does, from any angle you can just look at. So that helps them to understand how to go about, okay, without even looking at the sample and apparatus, anything of that sort. They can do that. But augmented reality, that is integrated with VR, virtual reality. When they do that, there may be some distractions while doing that. So they may be able to understand, they may not be able to understand, but while doing that, they need to have 100% concentration, okay, on doing something. So when they do that, this augmented reality supplements some more information or some more services into that virtual reality, through that the users will get completely engaged with that. So first one is only to know about, second one is to know about completely by combining both. That mixed reality, MR is mixed reality, augmented and virtual reality put together, it is called mixed reality. That mixed reality is the one that is required for immersive technology. So combining put together, this is this augmented reality is almost like watching video at different angles, right? But when you say this augmented reality, that creates dynamic learning for the users. So this is the only thing what I have learned so far. But with the time, I can give you better answer. With the time, I am also learning. Okay, so now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
After some time, I can give you a better answer. I need some more time.
Thank you, sir.
This is only to introduce to our fraternity to understand that this is very much required for online learning platforms. So many teachers simply teaching for 1 hour is sufficient in through camera. They feel like that. But what for it is done, they have to understand, and we have to come out with this new technology which can be implemented. Particularly, we have to have collaboration with the IT people. They will know better. So this one also I learned from a person from computer science background only, one professor. So he's the one who just inspired me, and I also have started learning this now. I'm experimenting. Any other questions?
Definitely, sir. Immersive technology can use to provide learners with an enriched learning experience. But you showed NPTEL data, only 8% are completed. What
Okay.
indicates that data, sir? Or
What do you, could you please repeat, sir, Dr. Vijay?
sir, you shows NPTEL data.
Okay.
That indicates that 8% are completed.
Okay.
What indicates that data, sir?
That indicates very poor response.
Yes.
It is a poor. That is the alarming thing. Why we have to integrate this immersive technology? Because see, when I think of joining this course, I'm very curious. Okay, to join that course, very keen to join. After joining, I also just enter that open a particular module. So while reading that, then watching videos, somehow, I start losing my interest. So this process may be, for about a week. So within a week, I will exit. Okay, that is how it happens because it is not interesting to me anymore. So some people, who have more tolerance, they may go for, another 1 more week, 2 weeks. So at the end of the day, only 8% of the user, if there are, 100 people joined, only 8 people were able to complete successfully. So that is very, very poor, very, very low. Success rate is very, very low. So at least we should be able to achieve 80%. So for that, only thing we have to we have to integrate some technology which can get them engaged always with, interest. So in a deliberate way, we have to create the content and also integrate this technology for that. So we are making it accessible. Again, it becomes very monotonous for either for the teacher or the learner. So teacher just creates, delivers, and it is recorded, made available for the users. But on the other hand, how they are engaged, the end users are engaged, and nobody is bothered about it. For that only we have to think of creating or integrating this particular technology, this augmented reality and virtual reality as a mixed reality into this Swayam platform. So that too would definitely increase the visibility, and also it will develop the curiosity among the learners, which may lead to better percentage of pass out. Okay, Dr. Vijay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Masum, sir.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any query?
Yes, sir. Myself, Arup Kumar Das, sir.
Arup is having query.
I have a small question.
Yeah.
Whether, sir, some courses are same as IGNOU courses? All the
Sorry?
SAM courses are same. Sir, whether all the IGNOU SAM courses are same as IGNOU courses?
I'm not getting your question. Sir, Rasa sir, can you please tell me what he is asking?
Sir, whether all the SAM courses are same as IGNOU courses?
All
Same.
SWAYAM courses, sir. SWAYAM courses are same as IGNOU courses.
Yeah, actually I told Swayam is a platform. IGNOU is the content creator, one of the nodal coordinators in the country. Through that, they will create the content. For example, BLIS, okay, all BLISc courses. Contents were created by IGNOU, and that is made available through Swayam. Swayam is the platform where you can have that. It's not same. Created by IGNOU and made available in Swayam.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay,
Dr.
sir.
Anup?
Thank you, sir. Masum, sir.
Yes. Anybody having any query?
No, sir. Concluding.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Just I
Okay,
want
Dr.
to ask
Sangeeta.
whether we can have, due to many constraints are there, we can have certificate courses in SWAYAM, sir, under SWAYAM developed.
Yeah, it is there. Swayam, actually, certificate program also was developed by IGNOU. It is available in Swayam.
Okay, sir.
It is available.
Professor Sevukan,
Sir.
finally, they have enjoyed your lecture. It was thoroughly engaging, and everybody is refreshed now. So,
Okay.
a lot of thanks to you, and thanks on behalf of the department, HRDC, and on behalf of the participants. I'm really thankful to you for sparing this time. And we'll remain grateful. We'll remain grateful for your service.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity given.
Thanks.
I thank each participant for their patient listening and interaction also. Thank you so much. I will leave, sir, with your permission.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, I have to share
Thank
one
you, sir.
information with you. Yesterday, I tried to gather the information. I came to know that hardly 46, only the 46 participants have submitted their assignment. So try to ensure that you are submitting your assignment as quickly as possible. Sunil, please be silent.
Yes, sir.
Only 46 participants have submitted their assignment. So try to ensure that everybody submits within a day or two, because finally we have to
we have to proceed for evaluation. So, and even 4 or 5 participants, they have submitted in a wrong manner. So what we have done is we have tried to resend it. So try to check your account and ensure that you are submitting in a proper format. Okay. And it could be audio visual, not only the audio or not only the visual part. So it should be audio visual mode. And I think if there is any problem, you can just call our technical expert. So he will assist you. And even I've asked Mazhar to display the list also. Probably at any time, Mazhar will display the list also, those who have submitted successfully, and those who could not do it, within a day or two, try to submit it. Otherwise, you will be losing your evaluation, marks on evaluation. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you have another 5-7
Yes, sir.
minutes. Please, you can leave this meeting and you can join the
Okay,
another
sir.
link. Okay, thank you very much. Mazhar, if you are listening, please close the meeting.
Thank you, sir.